Hello children, this is for 7th standard science, second term, physics, unit 1, heat and temperature. Today's class we are discussing about heat and temperature. First we will see it's in page number 1. First we will see the learning objectives. To understand the working principle of thermometer, to measure temperature using thermometer, to know about thermometric liquids, to differentiate between clinical and laboratory thermometer, to know the various units of temperature, and also to convert the temperature from a thermometer scale to other scales. Okay children, we will see one by one. So, what is meant by temperature? So you shiver when it is cold outside, isn't it? Now during the month of December, you can observe that shiveringness even from evening, starting from evening itself, isn't it? When it is cold outside, you will shiver. But if you take the month of April, May like that, it is very hot outside. That time you will sweat, isn't it? So, what is meant by temperature? Is that time we'll say today's temperature while you are reading news and all also today's temperature is like that they will declare, isn't it? They will say. So what is meant by temperature? Temperature is involved in many aspects of our daily lives, including our own bodies and also health and also weather. So the measurement of warmness or coldness of a substance, of any substance, including our body, including our earth's surface. So the measurement of warmness or coldness of a substance is known as its temperature. So it is a measure of average kinetic energy of the particles in an object. Okay. So previous class itself I have explained about static energy and kinetic energy. Static energy means when water is stored at a particular place, it will have some energy without any movement of the particles. We call that as static energy. Kinetic energy means the energy generated by means of movement of energy. So when you heat something, yes, in the last class also we have studied, when any object, when it is heated, the particles, the atoms present in that substance will start to vibrate. Yes, start to vibrate and it will generate some energy, and that energy we call it as kinetic energy. So it is explained with the help of diagram. It is a measure of the average kinetic energy of the particles in an object. So temperature is related to how fast the atoms within a substance are moving. Only if there is any temperature rise, then only the particles will start to move. Yes, so here you can observe the picture. The gas particles on the right have more kinetic energy. You can observe that picture is if you closely observe that picture, you can see the molecules are moving, that is it is exerting some energy. So the gas on the right is at high temperature. Now we'll see the units for measuring the temperature. I hope you know that normal units. Yes, there are 3 units which are used to measure the temperature. First one is degree Celsius, second one Fahrenheit. H is silent. While you are writing, you have to write FAH. Many children will make this mistake while you are writing Fahrenheit. The spelling is FAHRENHEIT. But you have to pronounce Fahrenheit. H is silent. Then and Kelvin. The first one is degree Celsius. So Celsius is written as degree C and it read as degree. For example, 20 degree C means it is read as 20 degree Celsius. Celsius is also called as centigrade as well. It is also, you can say 20 degree centigrade or 20 degree Celsius. Okay children. The next one is Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit is written as degree F. The first letter F, capital letter. For example, 25 degree F is read as 25 degree, F is read as 25 degree Fahrenheit. Then third one is Kelvin. Here you no need to put degree. Just you have to write K. Kelvin is written as capital K. For example, 100 K, it is read as 100 Kelvin. So the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. The SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. So there are 3 units to measure the temperature: degree Celsius, Fahrenheit and Kelvin. Okay children, the next one we'll see measuring temperature. How to measure the temperature? The temperature of the object is well approximated with the kinetic energy of the substances. Already I told the temperature, when you apply some temperature or when it is heated up, it will start vibrating and it will produce kinetic energy by the particles which are present in that substance. So the higher the temperature means the bombarding kinetic energy produced will be more and it will move faster. But the question arises, how to measure it? How to measure the kinetic energy? So the molecules in any substance are very small to analyze and calculate its movement. When you are reading in atoms and molecules lesson, atoms and molecules are very tiny particles. You cannot see through your naked eyes, only with the microscope also you cannot view it. Yes. So the size of the particle is very small. So you cannot analyze and calculate its movement in order to measure the temperature. So you must use an indirect method. Yes, you cannot directly measure the temperature. You have to adopt indirect method to measure the kinetic energy of the molecules of substances. So we studied the solids expands. So in that lesson, freezing lesson, evaporation, applying heat on water you have studied, is applying heat on solid, liquid, gas you have studied in chemistry. So that is applicable here. Is when the solid expands when heat is supplied to it. Like solid substances, liquids are also affected by heat and also gas also will be affecting. So when for example, if you are taking ice cube, is ice cube is nothing but water in solid state, and if you are applying some heat, that is if you are heating it, in solid, that is in ice molecules, the water molecules are tightly packed. Yes, when you are applying some heat, what happens? The bond between the molecules will be breaking and it starts moving. Yes, it will move from one place to another place. So the distance will be moving, expanding, increasing. So that word we can say it as expanding. Okay children. So in a thermometer, when liquid gets heat, it expands. When it is cooled down, it contracts. Again, when you cool it, the molecules will come in contact, close in contact, and it will attain the same shape. Like best example is ice cube and water children. Okay, so in a thermometer, when a liquid gets heat, it expands, and when it is cooled down, it contracts. So it is used to measure the temperature. So like solid and liquid, gas also will expand. Okay, the next one, thermometer. So what is thermometer? The word therm means heat. Okay children, therma means heat. So thermometer is nothing but is the most common instrument used to measure the temperature. So there are various kinds of thermometer. Some of them are like glass tubes which look very thin and are filled with some kind of liquid. Is that which kind of liquid? Mercury or alcohol is used in thermometer. Now we'll see why mercury or alcohol. We call this mercury and alcohol as thermometric liquid. Why we are calling that as thermometric liquid means this mercury and alcohol can be used in the thermometer to show the temperature, to show the temperature of the substance. So these liquids are called as thermometric liquids. Why they are used in thermometer? Yes, mostly alcohol and mercury are used in the thermometers as they remain in liquid form even with a change of temperature in them. Yes, they will remain as liquid itself even there is a change in temperature. A small change in the temperature causes change in volume of a liquid. So even 0.1 degree increase in temperature also, this liquid, this mercury will show expansion. that is a clear exact temperature, you can notice it. So only mercury is used. Okay children, so we measure this temperature by measuring expansion of a liquid in a temperature in a thermometer. Okay children, the next one it's explained by means of activity. For this you have to take one glass bottle and it is closed by means of rubber cork, and you have to put one hole in the rubber cork. Inside it you have to keep on delivery refill, otherwise you can put even straw also. Yes, inside the bottle you have to take water, and to know the color you can add some food color or ink like that, and you have to start heating that bottle. So what will happen, the water which are present in that ink bottle or any bottle what you have taken will start to boil. Yes, so water molecules will start to vibrate and it will go through that straw or the delivery tube. Okay, after you can observe inside the delivery tube the color of the liquid rises. Okay children, at that time you can stop heating. So after some time if you observe means the liquid again it comes back to the bottle itself. From this we can say when a liquid is heated it expands, when it is cooled down it contracts. Okay children, next we will see why mercury is used in this thermometer. Yes, so what are the properties of mercury? Its expansion is uniform. Yes, for equal amount of heat it expands by equal lengths. So when this mercury is heated it shows the expansion in a uniform manner. Okay children, so only we are taking this mercury. The next one, it is opaque and shiny. Yes, it will have the shiny appearance and it is opaque in nature. The next one, it does not stick to the sides of the glass tube. Yes, that is before and all. Yes, now due to corona only we are using that gun type thermometer to measure the temperature. That is why we are using that, means to avoid with the contact with the person who is having fever. Corona is a disease which can spread even by touching, isn't it? To avoid that only nowadays we are using that gun type thermometer, but before and all they used one thermometer which is made up of glass tube. Okay children, so they will keep it in our mouth and they can observe. After few minutes if you take it and you can observe that the thermometer will have the markings on that glass tube, and that mercury which is present inside the thermometer will rise according to the body temperature. Okay children, yes, so it will not stick on the sides of the glass tube. Again it will come back. Okay, so if you pour some mercury on the ground also, it will not stick on the ground. It will be like a bars like structure. Okay children, the next one, it is a good conductor of heat. So it is what is meant by conductor, which allow heat to pass through it. So only it can be used as a thermometric liquid, and also it has a high boiling point, that is 357 degrees centigrade, and a very low freezing point, that is minus 39 degree centigrade. So only it is used as a thermometric liquid. So hence a wide range of temperatures can be measured using mercury thermometer. In this lesson, this is very important 5-mark question. Write the properties of mercury or why mercury is used as a thermometric liquid. So you have to write all these 5 points. So mercury's expansion is uniform. It is opaque and shining. It does not stick to the sides of the glass tube. It is a good conductor of heat, and it has a boiling point of 357 degrees centigrade and has a low freezing point minus 39 degree centigrade. Hence a wide range of temperatures can be measured by using mercury thermometer. Wide range means from minus 39 degree centigrade to 357 degree centigrade we can measure the temperature. Okay children, next we will see properties of alcohol. Why alcohol is also used as a thermometric liquid. So the freezing point of alcohol is less than minus 100 degrees centigrade. So it can be used to measure very low temperatures. So its expansion per degree Celsius rise is in temperature is very large, and it can be colored brightly and hence is easily visible. Okay children, so up to this, what are all the things we have seen? Once again we recollected. The first one, what is meant by temperature. Temperature is nothing but the measurement of warmness or coldness of a substance is known as temperature. What are the units to measure the temperature? Degree Celsius, Fahrenheit, Kelvin. Yes, degree Celsius, Fahrenheit and Kelvin. The SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. Okay, the next one, what is which property is applicable in thermometer? In a thermometer, when liquid gets heat, it expands, and when it is cooled down, it contracts. So it is used to measure the temperature. Then the next one, what is thermometer? Thermometer is the most common instrument used to measure temperature. And what is meant by thermometric liquid? The liquid which are used in the thermometer, we call that as thermometric liquids. So what are they? Means mercury and alcohol. Why mercury is used as a thermometric liquid? It is given some 5 properties and alcohol 3 properties. Okay children, then coming here, what are the types of thermometers? There are different types of thermometers for measuring temperatures or different things like air, our bodies, food and many other things. Among this, the commonly used thermometers are clinical thermometers and laboratory thermometer. So first we will see clinical thermometer. From the word clinical itself, you can say it is used in the clinic, is in the hospitals. These thermometers are used to measure the temperature of a human body at home, clinics and hospitals. So all clinical thermometers have a kink that prevents the mercury from flowing back into the bulb when the thermometer is taken out of the patient's mouth. So you can observe this picture. You would have seen this one. It is made up of glass tube, and inside that one capillary small tube will be present. There is one bending is there, no, that we call it as kink. Why? Means at the tip they will have one knob like structure, and inside that mercury will be there. When this thermometer is allowed to keep it in the mouth of a patient, according to the temperature of the patient's body, the mercury will expand and it will raise. Okay, it will raise and it will pass through the capillary tube, and the thermometer glass tube will have both the values, Fahrenheit and also centigrade values will be marked on the sides of the glass tube. Okay, so according to the heat, that is temperature of the body, the mercury will be rising and it will show. Okay, so after 5 minutes they will take out the thermometer and they have to note that reading, isn't it? Immediately after taking from the mouth, it should not come down, isn't it children? Already I told, when the temperature is decreased, it will contract, isn't it? So immediately after taking from the mouth, we have to write that, we have to note that readings. To avoid that flowing back into the knob, the kink is present. So they will, it is an important 2-mark question. Why the kink is present? What is the role of kink in the clinical thermometer? Okay, flowing back into the bulb and when the thermometer is taken out of the patient's mouth. So that the temperature can be noted conveniently. So there are temperature scales on either side of the mercury thread, one in Celsius scale and one in the Fahrenheit scale. Okay children, so clinical thermometer indicates the temperatures from a minimum of 35 degrees centigrade or 94 degree Fahrenheit to a maximum of 42 degrees centigrade or 108 degree Fahrenheit. So what are all the precautions should be used to using a clinical thermometer? So the thermometer should be washed before and after use, preferably with an antiseptic solution. Why? Means we are keeping it in the mouth of the patient, isn't it? So we should not use it immediately to you should not keep it immediately to the other patients. Before it, you have to wash it with the antiseptic solution. Jerk the thermometer few times to bring the level of the mercury down. Before use, the mercury level should be below 35 degrees centigrade or 94 degree Fahrenheit, and do not hold the thermometer by its bulb. At the tip you should not keep, at the center only you have to hold it. Keep the mercury level along your line of sight and then take the reading. So handle the thermometer with care. If it hits against some hard object, it may break. Do not place the thermometer in a hot flame or in the hot sun. So nowadays these are all, nothing is that is, we are not using this thermometer. Yes, nowadays because of corona we are using only gun type thermometer. It works on the principle of radiation from the heat energy radiation from the body, human body. Yes, by showing itself, by showing the gun type thermometer, that the thermometer will receive the heat energy radiation from our body and it will show our temperature of the body. Okay children, the next one, laboratory thermometer. Laboratory thermometers are used to measure the temperature in school and other laboratories for scientific research. So they are also used in the industry. They can measure temperatures higher than what clinical thermometers can record. Clinical thermometer will be having the reading up to 105 or 110 like that, but the laboratory thermometer will have a high range. Okay, so the stem and the bulb of the lab thermometer are longer when compared to that of a clinical thermometer. Okay, so there is no kink in the lab thermometer. A laboratory thermometer has only Celsius scale ranging from minus 10 degrees centigrade to 110 degrees centigrade. So what are all the precautions? So do not tilt the thermometer while measuring the temperature. Place it upright. Note the reading only when the bulb has been surrounded by the substance from all sides. Okay children, the next one, the important third thermometer is digital thermometer. Okay children, the next one, there is a difference between, now we'll see the difference between clinical and laboratory thermometer. So clinical thermometer is scaled from 35 degrees centigrade to 42 degrees centigrade or from 94 degree Fahrenheit to 108 degree Fahrenheit. Laboratory thermometer, the difference is the range it is given, minus 10 degree to 110 degree centigrade. And clinical thermometer will have the kink near the bulb to prevent the fall of the mercury level, but laboratory thermometer there is no kink. Okay, then in clinical thermometer can be read after removing thermometer from the armpit or its mouth, but laboratory thermometer it should keep at the upright position, and while doing the experiments itself, when the temperature is increasing and the reading will also immediately we can notice the change in the reading. So the temperature is read while keeping the thermometer in a source of temperature of example a liquid or anything. Then the lower the mercury level, jerks are given. Yes, to lower the mercury level, the jerks are given, but no need to give jerk to lower the mercury level. It is used for taking the body temperature. Clinical thermometer is used for taking body temperature, and laboratory temperature is used to take the temperature in the laboratory. This is also important 5-mark question which is often asked. The next important thermometer is digital thermometer. Here is a lot of concern over the use of mercury in thermometers. So mercury is a toxic substance and it is very difficult to dispose of it. A thermometer breaks. So these days the digital thermometers are available which do not use mercury. Instead it has a sensor which can measure the heat coming out from the body directly, and from that we can measure the temperature of the body. But even now it is even advanced and we are using gun type thermometer. So digital thermometers are mainly used to take the body temperature. So the structure will be like this. Okay, then caution. Alex wanted to measure the temperature of hot milk using a clinical thermometer. So you must not use this clinical thermometer for doing activities in the homework, that is boiling of milk, boiling of water and all. You should not use this thermometer. Okay children, then scales of thermometers we can see in the next class. Thank you children.